So I have a plastic lid here and I want to figure out how far it rolls in one rotation. So if it goes all the way around one time, how far does it go? So to make this a little bit easier for me, I actually drew my diameter on here. So my lid makes it easy because I have the center marked here. So then I just traced that and now I can measure it. I want to measure using centimeters. So one important thing is to start at 0. See how I have my 0 lined up at the end point of that diameter? And then coming over here, I would say that's probably about 5.8 centimeters right there. You guys agree with me? Probably about 5.8 centimeters, right? Hey, I've already written that on there. What do you know? I measured it earlier. Okay, so that's 5.8 centimeters and that's my diameter. Now to find my circumference, I could just multiply pi times my diameter. And that is going to give me my circumference. I don't have a calculator with me right now, and that would take a little bit to multiply. I'm going to estimate, though, that that'll probably be close to 18. Somewhere close to 18. That's just my guess. I'm going to say that for now. We can figure it out exactly later, okay? But let's talk about other ways I could measure it. Well, one thing I could do, this would be kind of tricky. I could kind of draw a starting point on the bottom of my lid, and then I could actually roll it. Let me start with the starting point at the bottom of my roller at 0, and then roll that. Ooh, this is tricky. And then where it stops, that would be my measurement. So it stopped at about 17.5 centimeters. That wasn't a very precise way to do it though, but it could work, especially if I was careful. What would be better would be to use a tape measure. If I didn't feel like multiplying my diameter by pi, I could always use a tape measure. And so I would wrap that tape measure around my lid and measure it. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. So there are a few different methods for you. I'm curious if you get the same measurement using all 3 different methods, but if you have a ruler, you can do it. If you have a tape measure, you can do it. Remember, for this particular one, we're using centimeters. You can also choose to measure the circumference directly by measuring the distance around, or you can measure the diameter. It's a little bit easier because it's a straight line, but then remember to multiply that diameter by 3.14 to get your circumference.